What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Jesus coin. Yes, we are. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sorry for anything other than the fact that I didn't make a video yesterday, and I meant to. I really did mean to, because I was out of town. I was back in my hometown. I was away from the desk, and I made a short earlier today. I literally made a short here. You know, I'm actually, let me see. It's right here, Jesus coin double bottom, question mark, exclamation mark. I can see a lot of you saw this, so I'm hoping, and a couple of you apparently didn't like it. Maybe it was just one person, but I'm hoping that you saw this in this short. It's only 47 seconds long. Let me just see here. I'm not going to try to play it, but let me just see if I can see real quick. The price was all the way up here at 6015. You can see in the beginning of that video there, right? Here we are at 6013. I was literally saying in that video that I'm not impressed by this bounce. I'm not impressed at all. Lower levels of volume, weak RSI. I do still think that we have lower to go. And I know that's not exciting, but this is just classic kind of psych out behavior. Yes, this area I think is significant, right? Watch. Take a low here, right? You've got resistance there on a weekly basis. That's kind of near our weekly all-time closing highs, right? But it's not significant enough, right? If it were significant, we would not have given up all the price action yesterday. Hold on, guys. Gotta plug you in here. Otherwise, you're gonna die. There you go. I don't mean you. I just mean the camera. Yeah, lower. As the days go on, it to me is more convincing that we are going to go lower. I'm not trying to make this video too long because I feel like I've said all I need to say, but you know, we didn't get the positive reaction off the 618. We did not get the positive reaction off the 123 moving average. We maintained lower highs. We technically have a lower low, though it is set up to be a double bottom, but this reaction is not double bottom like, man. We had a far more positive reaction the last time. From this low all the way up to the immediate high 2 days later, 74%. Okay, here we are 2 days later, 10%, right? And on that day we only moved up 32%. So we're probably destined to go down. I think we're not getting the same reactions. Whenever you test the same areas and you're getting weaker results, that's not a good thing, right? You might get a bounce in that area, but you're getting weaker results. That normally means it's just a matter of time, right? It's like a glass ceiling, or in this case a glass floorboard, and here you bounced off it, you didn't really crack it, you hit it this time, now you got a crack on it. Maybe you bounce up again. I'm not saying we can't see another lower high, but if we hit it again, we're probably going to break through, and the only areas of support that we have that are notable based on the fibs would be somewhere around 70979 to 70772. And being that this is a small fib retracement extension that we took, you know, we could see deeper extensions. The 2272, which is pretty common for a lot of cryptos, is at 704, and that kind of comes near the bottom of this accumulation range. I like to take the top right here, kind of maybe actually right here, where we found support, where we found resistance. That is right there at the 1618. I very much do expect that area to hold as support. If it doesn't, we have a little bit lower to go, and that's okay. Zoom out, right? Show no fear. Do not worry. It's okay. Because that right there, my friends, is still a higher high or a higher low, right? And to boot, as I've said in my last video that I made about this thing, at that point we would see, you know, maybe a little bit lower than that, but we could see like a 90% correction. And we don't have to see a 90% correction, but it's very common with stuff like this to do that before you move up, especially after a run up like that. It's very common to see a 90% correction. The big money, and I say the big money, but the big money for crypto, the exchanges that we want to list this coin, they're not going to list this coin until it's at a cheap price. And a lot of them know in their time in crypto, because a lot of these like bigger exchanges, they've been around for a while. That's why they're the bigger exchanges. That they've established themselves. They've been around for a while. They're trusted. They're proven, right? They know that coins like this, and Jesus coin is different. It's a different coin than all other coins. All coins are different with that kind of philosophy. But with coins like this that have low market caps, that move up very rapidly, that like there's really like It's mainly the community and the thought behind it and the belief in the coin that's driving this price, right? It's organic adoption. It's got very good fundamentals in that sense, but it's not like some kind of technological breakthrough, right? It is different. It is definitely a different coin, and as far as like how it's structured with the attraction to it. But at the end of the day, it went up a lot without any checking back. Exchanges are not going to buy this thing probably until they see a 90% pullback, or at least somewhere that makes more sense to buy. And seeing this right now, I think it's like sharks in the water, man. There's blood in the water right now. They're licking their lips. They're ready for this thing to go down there. If there are exchanges that want to list this thing, which there's a lot of rumors about that, then they will probably scoop some up soon. I want to go over one more thing before we end the video here, okay? And I hope I'm not upsetting anybody. I'm not trying to upset anybody, right? We're all friends here. I'm just being very real with you guys, okay? Some of you appreciate it, some of you don't, but I don't get it. I mean, you know, you can have your opinions, I can have mine. We can disagree, and that's okay, man. It really is okay. I've got plenty of people who comment regularly that they disagree with my opinions, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But like, we're still friends. We're still cool. Some people out there get all butthurt, man, and they give me the opposite of a like. They give me a thumbs down. Anyways, 9068, the Uniswap wallet. Here we are at 7.2 trillion. That's the highest number I've seen so far. We're getting near 1% of the total percentage of Jesus coins out there. But it's not, I've been saying 1%, but it's not 1%, is it, right? It's minus all this. So like really, let's do the math. Let's actually do the math real quick. Let me just let's go to CoinGecko. Jesus coin. Okay, so hold on now. Handy dandy calculator. I'm going to type the whole number in, man, because we want to get this number pretty precise. 156,533,918. 918. 921,920. So that number is the total amount of Jesus coins, right? And we want to get 7.2 roughly, right? That's an estimate. That's not the exact number, but 7.2 trillion from that number. Would I divide 7.2 by that, or would I divide 7.2 by this or this by that? Let's just see. 7.2 would be 2. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, it would be, sorry guys. It'd be 1 less. It'd be 12, because that's the 1. It's 7.2. This is 156 trillion. I hope I'm making sense, man. But it would actually be 1, 2, 3. Is it 7? Oh no, 7.2 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 zeros. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so that's the number. 7.2 trillion, 156 trillion divided by this equals. So that was not the right number. My bad. Okay, right. So we want to do 7. I know, guys. I know. But now I know the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 divided by this number. I always get division backwards. If you ever watch me do division, guys, I can do math very well in everything, even division. It just takes me a second longer because I always do it backwards for some reason. 921 920. Okay. That's the percentage. Okay, so on Uniswap here it says 9.3%, but that's because it's including the pink lock, the tokens that are burned, essentially, right? They should have been burned. They weren't burned, but they're burned. CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap recognizes them as being burned, so it might as well be burned, right? Let's see here. It's like putting it in a box that doesn't burn. It's impervious to being burned, but you landed it on the sun. nobody's going to get to it. You know what I mean? So it's not 9.3% that's floating around. It's actually 4.5%, nearly 4.6%. So that's actually a larger number than I thought, than I'd given it credit before. I didn't think about that. I was just trusting the numbers there. So that's a pretty decent amount of the supply that's just floating around out there. Exchanges can definitely get their hands on 1% or more right now, right, of the total supply, which I'm pretty sure that's what they like to do before listing it. So again, getting back into this idea, all full circle, right? The price drops, exchanges will buy. And the next big event, we had the burn. That was a very big event. There's all kinds of reasons that people theorize why the price pumped. I theorize that the burn hype was there, and of course recognition. And we had a pretty big pullback. It's a good coin with a good community. People put their money in, blah, 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 all that stuff too. But I think the burn event, the fact that we started moving down literally on the day of the burn. Yes, we found our high before then, but the day of the burn was the day that we really initiated this selling. I think the next big event to take place, besides Easter, if we start pumping by Easter and we don't get it listed on an exchange by then, would be an exchange listing. Now, again, I've said this several times. A lot of people I notice in the comments or in the Discord, people talk about once we get lit. They say these exact words: once we get listed on an exchange, it's off to the races. But hold up now. I think it's actually the opposite. I think once we're listed on an exchange, it's time to get out, okay? Because the exchanges, again, are going to buy down here. They might have been buying, right? They're going to buy down here. They'd buy it all the way down here. And then they will send the prices up. The exchanges will. Once they've bought it all, they got their market makers, their constituents doing whatever to help the price maneuver its way up, right? They'll be buying all the sells on the way down because they got those bags, and leave the order books wide open for moving to the upside, right? Because anybody who's going to sell it, they're going to be small potatoes compared to the exchange, right? So if they're buying down here, are they going to sell it here? Are they going to sell it here, or are they going to sell it way up here? And when they do sell it, how does that look? That looks like a listing on the exchange. So these exchanges, once they list Jesus Coin, it might be the day, it might be the week, it might be a month after, but relatively around the time when the exchanges list Jesus Coin, whether it's multiple exchanges or just one like pretty decent exchange, will probably be a time that we see another consolidation phase, another move down. So be prepared for that. Exchanges listing the coin is very bullish up until it's listed, right? It's hearing like them buying the coin is bullish, but them listing it actually is not as bullish as you want to believe. But it is a sign nonetheless that it's time to get out, right? You don't have to play this guessing game with where the price might be. And if you do want to do that, we don't have our low in yet, but what's nice about this low, right? If you look at this real quick, I'm going to end the video with this. If you look at this, our 1272, our 1618 is right here, right? All the way up at 5015, 6088. If we do get a move down to the land of 705 to see that 90% drop, now our 1272, instead of it being at 6088, it's at 501. The 1272 is at 502, or the 1618 is at 502, right? 1414 at 5015. So the lower we go, the higher our extensions. So if you want this thing to go higher, as counterintuitive as it sounds, you're going to want it to go lower first. Give people an opportunity to buy. Shake out the weak hands so that the strong hands can take advantage of that. That's my thoughts. So if you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.